Welcome back, everybody. I just returned from a local automotive swap meet. There was probably around 40 vendors there. Of course, at automotive swap meets, a lot of people have tools. And I picked up a few things that fit in these two bags. Let's take a look. First thing up here is a Mitutoyo Pocket Comparator, I believe it's pronounced. And I can't say I know for sure what this is or how to explain it, but it looked like it was new old stock. It was 15 bucks. And I believe it's a lens for basically a microscope used for measuring. If that might be a horrible way to describe it, but I kind of think that's what the general purpose of this is. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But that was the first item I picked up. I did pay the $15 they were asking. The next thing I picked up was this 18-inch Diamond Duluth Diamond Tool and Horseshoe 18-inch adjustable. Looked to be in pretty good condition. Does have a little bit of a rust spot there, but overall good condition. It wasn't marked. I asked how much. They said 10 bucks. So I definitely grabbed that for 10. The next booth I found had a number of bins with miscellaneous tools. They said they were $1 each. I picked up this pliers. Now I don't see a brand on it. I don't see any sort of numbers or anything on it. This has a cutter here, and then it has more built into the handle. For $1, it's pretty nice pliers. That same vendor had this Pencraft 1/4-inch drive breaker bar. Again, everything was $1. I would pick these up every day, all day, for $1. This next item is marked TAC or TAC. Now I know that TAC makes like the ratcheting, like crowfoot wrenches. I don't know if this is the same company, and I'm not 100% sure what this is for. It seems like a disconnect tool of some sort, but it also has a hex on this side, so I'm not sure 100% what this is for. And I do like to just pick up tools like this. I mean, if it's $1, don't know what it's for, it's worth picking up for $1 to figure it out. They also had this stubby Craftsman 3/8 by 7/16 offset box wrench. And this is another one of those things, when it's $1, I'm always going to pick it up. And the last thing they had was this Stanley utility knife box cutter. It's a 10-812. I've had one like this before that I think had a plastic housing. This one has a, I believe, aluminum housing. And I just really like the way these operate. So that's why I wanted to grab this one. Right now it has that hook in it for cutting, I don't know if it's carpet or shingles or whatever you can cut with it. But I'm quite sure it would accept a regular razor blade. The next vendor I found had more dollar tools. The first one I picked up is going to be this 1/2-inch by 7/16. It's a Her brand. This is a tappet wrench. So thin profile, long handle. That vendor also had some the old Easy Read etched, made in the USA 1/2-inch sockets. This is a 22mm. And this one is not the etched style. It's a 27mm, also made in the USA. And I also found this black handle Craftsman professional screwdriver. This has the slotted flat tip. It's a little bit rusty on the end, but that should clean right up. This was also $1. One vendor was selling some new tools. I picked up these brushes. There's 3, I think, like stainless, and 3 of, I guess, the brass coated or whatever they call those. I clean a lot of tools. These come in handy. So I go through quite a few. These were $5 for $6, and some are made in the USA. I don't know if they all are, but a couple of them are. I found a vendor that had these. As you can see, the Simplicity, like the Simplicity lawnmowers and other machinery they might make. This is a inside caliper, and I guess the way this one works is wherever the number is, wherever this is touching the rule is what your measurement is. So that must be a 2-inch. Let me actually check that. So yes, I have it right where it crosses 2, and then if you put it out here, it's coming out right at 2 as well. The next vendor I found a few things at had a number of machinist tools. Well, not a lot. I pretty much bought them all. They had this Craftsman micrometer. This thing is completely tight, almost locked up. I asked him how much he wanted. He said $1. So for $1, I figured it would be interesting to at least try to take it apart and clean it, see if I can't get it working again. They also had a number of miscellaneous pieces. I don't think I saw a brand on this one. And a handful of these, I think they call it a spring caliper. I did see that at least a couple of them were marked Starrett, and they were saying $1 a piece, so I figured these would clean up pretty easy. This next one up is also a Starrett, LS Starrett. Through the phone, I can't quite make out the name on this one. It's getting kind of dark outside, so I'm not able to see what that one says. Also had this divider, I guess I would call it. It says Athol Machine Company, which seems like it would be Starrett. There's a name here. I can't quite make it out by looking through the camera. And then they had a box with this one in, and he said this one he wanted 5. It does move quite smooth. It has a little bit of rust in the knurling, very light rust. It looked like it got a little water on it or something, but it moves very freely. So I figure anytime I see something like this for $5, I'm usually going to pick it up. So total with that vendor, I spent $13. Last thing I bought there was this box. I saw the carburetor, and I thought the box was cool. Didn't know what was in it, if anything. I opened it up, and there's a number of parts and pieces, all marked Carter. I figured these would all be pieces for rebuilding, repairing, setting up a carburetor. It's kind of neat that they're all numbered. All stamped made in the USA, all stamped Carter. So I asked him how much did he want, and the first question he asked me was, do I know what these are for? I said, well, I believe they're for Carter carburetors. And he said that he thought they were for a locksmith, like for opening locks. I didn't feel that way. And I said, well, what do you want for them? He said, well, the box with all the stuff in it. He said $20. So I figured the box itself would be kind of cool just to put on a shelf. And I don't need the stuff inside of it because I'm probably not working on a Carter carburetor anytime soon, especially one that would be older. I'm going to guess this is not for a newer version of the Carter. I did see this piece. It does say Snap-on. I did a little bit of research. I see that Snap-on also made the same sort of tools back in the day. By the looks of that 7, I'm thinking this is a 47 or 57. But for $20, I thought it was pretty cool, so I grabbed it. So altogether, I think I spent $80. I would say that's not too bad. I got some interesting stuff. But that's going to be all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.